Hideki Tojo was born on December 30, 1884.
Konnichiwa! Watashi wa shirosashiku I kurana atu todo desu.
He was a very well-respected military general. Tojo was taught the importance of structure from a very early age. He studied at the Imperial Japanese Army Academy and the Army's Staff College. The militarized structure would later influence him to help commit one of the most horrendous acts against the USA.
He was always a good kid, extremely motivated. Looking back, maybe a little bit too motivated. He was sharp, decisive, patient, and God was he stubborn. And he wouldn't let anything stop him. I was worried about him. He never truly laughed. I don't know. Maybe you grew up too fast.
After graduating, Tojo became an attaché in Japan's embassy in Berlin during the aftermath of WW1. 1928 was a big moment for Tojo as he was made commander of the 1st Infantry Regiment. From there on, he kept rising in the ranks, from Chief of Staff of the Guangdong Army in Manchuria to Vice Minister of War. Tojo soon became a leading advocate of Japan's tripartite pact with Germany. The tripartite, Axis, pact was a military alliance formed in September 1940 between Germany, Italy, and Japan during World War II.
Pearl Harbor was more than just a U.S. Navy base near Honolulu, Hawaii. People were outraged at the attack. 2,341 service members and 68 civilians died. Within the month of Pearl Harbor, 134,000 Americans enlisted in the Army. That shows you how important Honolulu and Pearl Harbor was to us.
On October 18, 1941, Tojo succeeded Kono as Prime Minister. He pledged his loyalty to a Greater East Asia program, a New Order in Asia. This plan was a self-sufficient empire in East Asia, particularly targeting areas previously colonized by Western powers. Now, the lead up to Pearl Harbor was quite complex. Hideki was an aggressive militarist. Japan had always been quite self-sufficient, but that comes with isolation. During the signing of Versailles, Japan felt left out, which is a key turning point for Japan joining the war. Japan was ready to get out of a gutter. They wanted resources from other countries to compete globally. Japan especially needed coal and iron, although the island of Japan lacked enough resources. Japan engaged in wars with China and Russia to secure resources. 1894-5 with China, 1904-5. The win against Russia shocked America and made them aware they had to be alert against a potential war with Japan. As early as 1911 they crafted up the War Plan Orange, which was a U.S. Navy drafted plan for dealing with a possible war with Japan. In September 1940, Japan aligned with Germany and Italy as the Axis powers. 1941 it completely froze all trade with Japan. This cut key resources like scrap iron and petroleum. The USA thought that they'd run out of resources by 6 months and have to stop fighting, but this only angered Japan and Tojo. He decided he needed to act quickly and started creating the plan for Pearl Harbor. Japanese carriers traveled extremely northern path to avoid shipping routes. They were under complete radio silence. Ship-to-ship communication was done using flags or blinker lights.
Ride, wanani no utagati. Yo, kore wa utamati iko ashi a fursha Tokyo a gazin 5G. Niseto kusukutu anamamirikas. Wawara no shigin o shadenshite. Tozen ni no ma renai to oma o yadoto. Watashi wa so wa omiwa ni.
After WW2 came to an end, Tojo was scared. He saw what had been happening to all the other leaders involved in WW2. September 8, 1945, he tried to kill himself and shot himself in the chest, but this did not kill him. Tojo was soon arrested and convicted of war crimes. His sentence was death. He was executed by hanging in Sugamo Prison in Tokyo on December 23, 1948, along with 6 other Japanese wartime leaders.